It's a new year, and with the new year comes New Year's resolutions. I've heard a lot of people speaking about quitting smoking. Our resident doctor, Dr. Darren Green, is joining me in studio, and he's going to let you know if there's a medical way to quit smoking. Hello.
Hello there.
Now we're talking about kicking the habit, kicking it to the curb.
One of many, yes.
Yes. Is there a medical way to stop smoking?
So the way that's phrased makes it quite tricky, obviously. Is there a quick fix medically to help you stop smoking? There's certainly supplemental things one can take when trying to kick the habit to make the whole effect a lot less dramatic on your health. So yes, there are different ways and things you can do if you are considering stopping smoking, things that you could do to make the process a lot easier than it would be as to just quitting cold turkey. And some of those ways involve medication, and there are quite a few things on the market that are there to supplement nicotine and create a similar effect, but not having all the side effects of actual nicotine itself. You get the patches, for example. You get things like Champex and things that control, obviously, your effect, but with a more dose-related control. In other words, enough to just keep you sane with just the right amount of nicotine, instead of overindulging and having so much that could lead to negative side effects.
Are there health risks associated with the medication?
That's what we need to understand. All the medication certainly reacts differently in different people. So there are certainly, with a lot of the anti-smoking or nicotine supplementation regimens, you find psychiatric side effects. Mood is such a big one. Concentration, headaches, for example, appetite control. And what people don't understand is, we actually are created with nicotine receptors. So our bodies are responding to nicotine, which is readily available in the system anyway, and now we are supplementing it by smoking it, for example. So what you need to understand is that the nicotinic receptors form part of the nervous system, and the nervous system has multiple functions, from playing a role in your autonomic nervous system, controlling heart rates, to the amount of secretions that are released from different glands in the human body, from the lungs to the throat, the skin, etc. So, smoking has quite a significant systemic effect. The energizing effect of helping you feel a lot more adrenergically ready for action, for example, is certainly something that motivates many people to continue smoking. And then, of course, we have the effects of smoking being used as an anti-stress agent, and then a social crutch for anxiety, for nervousness, and so forth. So there are many different triggers as to which symptoms it helps alleviate when using nicotine in certain amounts. What people don't understand is there are structural changes that occur in the human body after smoking for a long period of time and in high dosages. So if you take a simple example, for example, the lungs, we know that the cilia, or the hair particles that move the mucus along in the lung, that's important for trapping organisms and the immune modulation of the respiratory system, or breathing system as it were, is quite crucial. So smoking long term can paralyze those cilia. It can also cause a difference in the consistency, the thickness of the mucus that we need that moistens our airways and keeps the membranes healthy for them to continue with their vital function, which is warming the air, for example, in the nasal cavity and the sinuses, the back of the throat and the chest. So you must understand that altering some of these things structurally leads to long-term medical effects, where you have hyperinflated lungs, for example, on a spectrum which we call emphysema or chronic bronchitis, where you have structural changes in the lung itself from stretching and becoming hyperinflated, and along with that, obviously, the effects on the different physiological processes in the lung, which predispose you to things like infections and bronchospasm, etc.